The xenobiology team stood frozen behind the reinforced observation shield, watching in horrified fascination as their worst nightmare unfolded. A Karathi deathstalker, 800 pounds of crystalline claws, acid saliva, and murderous instinct, was padding through the research station's main corridor. Behind it, humming off-key and eating a sandwich, walked Private Jamie Thompson. Should we warn her?" whispered Dr. Vexera, his blue scales pale with fear. Commander Torvik's 6 eyes never left the scene. "Are you insane? Any sudden movement and that thing will massacre everyone. How is she still alive?" The Deathstalker was supposed to be contained in the planet's quarantine zone, 50 kilometers away. Nothing had ever escaped the electromagnetic barriers. These creatures had killed entire military squadrons, dissolved through starship hulls, and were the sole reason planet Xerion 7 remained classified as uninhabitable despite its rich mineral deposits. Yet there it was, following the newest human recruit. Like the comparison seemed impossible, like a domesticated animal. Jamie stopped at a vending machine, fumbling for credits. The Deathstalker sat. It actually sat, its massive haunches settling on the floor with a ground-shaking thump, its tail wrapping around its feet. The motion was disturbingly similar to something Jamie had shown them in human cultural files. A dog. "Thompson," Commander Torvik's voice cracked over the intercom. "Don't move." Jamie looked up, confused. "Sir? I'm just getting some chips. Want some? Behind you. There's a..." Jamie turned around. The Deathstalker's head, larger than her entire torso, was inches from her face. Its 6 rows of teeth gleamed. Its breath, which could allegedly melt steel, washed over her. "Oh, hey buddy." Jamie brightened. "I wondered where you went. Did you follow me all the way from the jungle?" The xenobiology team collectively stopped breathing. Jamie reached out, and scratched behind what might generously be called the creature's ear. The Deathstalker's deadly tail began to thump against the floor, creating small cracks in the reinforced concrete. "How?" Dr. Vexera managed to squeak. Jamie looked up at the observation window. "What, this guy? I found him caught in some old survey equipment yesterday during patrol. Poor thing was all tangled up in cables. Took me like an hour to cut him free." "You freed a Deathstalker?" Torvik's voice had transcended fear and entered a realm of existential confusion. "Well, yeah, he was hurt and scared. You could tell by the way his, Jamie gestured vaguely at the creature's spinal ridges. "Those things were all flat, like when a cat's scared, you know? Those are razor-sharp poison spines." Vexera shrieked. "Oh, well, they were droopy." Jamie shrugged. She pulled part of her sandwich from her pocket. "Want some, boy? This peanut butter." The Deathstalker delicately took the offered food with teeth that could shred titanium. It made a sound that the station's computers would later struggle to classify, eventually settling on per adjacent. Lieutenant Tar from security finally arrived, weapon drawn. "Step away from the creature, Private." The Deathstalker's head snapped toward Tar. The spines raised. A low growl that liquefied internal organs at close range rumbled through the station. "No," Jamie said firmly, stepping between them. "Bad. We don't growl at friends." The Deathstalker immediately stopped, looking somehow contrite. The spines lowered. "How are you doing this?" Torvik demanded, finally emerging from behind the shield. Jamie looked genuinely puzzled. "Doing what?" "He's just scared and alone. Probably got separated from his pack. Everything needs connection, Commander. Even the scary things. Especially the scary things, actually. They're usually scary because they're afraid." She turned back to the Deathstalker, who had resumed following her toward the recreation room. "Come on, let's find you something better to eat. Station food's terrible, but it's better than nothing." The xenobiology team watched them go in stunned silence. "Sir," Dr. Vexera finally said, "humans domesticated wolves on their planet, apex predators that hunted them. They turned them into companions through kindness and food. That was tens of thousands of years of evolution." "Yes," Vexera pulled up his tablet, showing readings from the Deathstalker. But look at its neural activity, the bonding hormones. It's already imprinted on her. In one day, Commander Torvik stared at the data, then at the security feed showing Jamie teaching the Deathstalker to play fetch with a reinforced steel beam. Archive this under Humanity's Inexplicable Abilities, he ordered. Subsection: Will pack bond with anything. As if to emphasize the point, Jamie's delighted laughter echoed through the station as the Deathstalker returned the beam, its tail creating seismic warnings with each wag. The deadliest predator in the known galaxy had been defeated not by weapons or technology, but by a human's instinctive response to anything remotely animal-shaped. Ah, who's a good boy?